everyone. I'd like you to do the whole reading for Monday's class, which are the excerpts from Kant's work where he introduces the categorical imperatives. This is our quick and dirty introduction to ethical decision-making frameworks. We're going to start with Kant, move on to utilitarianism, and then Thomas Aquinas' natural law approach. What you have here are even briefer. These are the rules, or these are the basic principles that Kant introduces, and you should just be so familiar with them that not only can you sort of recognize them, but you can put them in your own words. That's how important these two things are. And we'll be discussing them. I'll be talking about them on Monday, but what I want you to know going in is what they are. What are these? The first rule, canst thou also will that thy maxim should be a universal law? If not, then it must be rejected. And the second one, so act as to treat humanity, whether in thine own person or in that of any other, in every case as an end, never as a means only. We'll talk about these in depth. What I'd like you to come into class is knowing what sort of things they are and why they're called categorical imperatives. You could say that these are the two basic principles of Kantian moral decision making. You ask yourself the question, can I will that my maxim can be a universal law? And if I can, then I know that it's okay to do whatever I am thinking of doing. If I can't, then I know that I can't ethically do it. A maxim is just your rule of action. And we'll talk about these in a lot of detail. The second, so act as to treat humanity, whether in your own person or not of any other, in every case as an end, never as means to always treat people as an end in themselves, never as a means to one of your ends. Again, we'll be talking a lot about the details of these things. But what are they? Well, they're rules that you're supposed to follow. They're practical rules. Whatever you do, make sure that you can will that your rule of action should be one that everyone should follow. Whatever you do, always treat other people as ends in themselves, never as means. These are categorical imperatives, and I would like everyone to understand right off what that means for something to be a categorical imperative. What is an imperative? That's the easy part. An imperative is just an order or a command. That's all it is. It's not difficult. An imperative is just an order or command. Do this, don't do that. Here's an imperative. Eat your vegetables. These are the ones that our mothers taught us at an early age, right? Eat your vegetables. Only cross the corners. Be nice to your sister. She's just a little kid, right? Those are orders, commands that are given to us, right? Anything that fits grammatically that thing where it's not a statement. Like a statement is like the sun is shining. A statement is Biden is president of the United States. Those are not imperatives. An imperative doesn't say something about the world. An imperative tells you what you need to do. It's a different sort of thing grammatically. It's a different use of language. But, we all understand what they are. These are all imperatives. So that part of it, the imperative part of categorical imperatives, is the easy part. We all understand, once we, have it pointed out to us, of course, yeah, that's what an imperative is. So these are imperatives. Right? Only act if your maxim of action can serve as a universal law. Never treat a person as an end, as a means. Always treat them as an end. These are imperatives, but they are categorical according to Kant. And that's where things get a little difficult. Because for something to be categorical, It's a logical word. It's a logical uh, term. And so if something is categorical, it's not hypothetical. Right? That's okay, that's another thing that we see in Kant. But what does it mean for something to be hypothetical? What would a hypothetical imperative be? Hypothetical imperative always has a condition. It's conditional and has an if. If you want to grow up big and strong, eat your vegetables. If you want to cross the street safely, only cross at corners. If you want to get better at basketball, learn to dribble with both hands. These are all hypothetical imperatives because they have a condition. If you want this, then do that. So the doing that is dependent on the wanting this, right? If you want to grow up big and strong, eat your vegetables. What if I don't care about being big and strong? Then don't worry about it. You don't have to eat your vegetables. If you want to get better at basketball, learn to dribble with both hands. Well, I don't care about playing basketball. Then don't bother learning to dribble with both hands. It's the imperative is conditional on some kind of desire, the thing that's in the if. Now, categorical is different. Categorical imperative has no if, it has no condition. It just says, um, well, always treat a person as an end, period. There's no condition. So, categorical, to say that it's a categorical imperative, means that there are no exceptions or conditions to the imperative applying. It means you always have to follow it. There are no exceptions. There are no there would be no instances in which it would be okay. Excuse me. There are no instances in which it would be okay not to follow it. So what Kant is saying is, with a categorical imperative, you must follow it, or as he'll say, you have a duty to follow it unconditionally. So I hope this helps in just at least the terminology. Why are these things called categorical imperatives? An imperative is an order or command. A categorical imperative is one that is unconditional, meaning there's no if. The command applies all the time, no matter what.